pretending will always collapse, and Mia's real power comes when she stops chasing others' perception of her and starts living by her own values. That's when she becomes not just a princess but a person of substance. And I feel like even as a princess you should want to be that, but like as a person as well, you should be a person of substance, not someone pretending based off of what the few in society who are considered popular want you to be. I would not recommend that for anyone.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Joy Serendipity. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. You won't regret it.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Joy's Journey of Perception. Not Joy's Journey, this is my blog. This is Joy Serendipity. As you can see, I'm in a new location. The lighting's not very good, but we work with what we got. Today I'm going to do a movie instead of a show. If you are new here, we are going to be talking. I'm doing a series where I talk about different shows and lessons we can learn from them. Some of these shows are very nostalgic, so you should definitely check them out. But we are going to be talking today about a teen makeover movie. Well, it's not really just a teen makeover movie, it's a story about transformation. And not the kind that happens in a salon chair, but the kind that happens when you finally start believing you're enough. So when you first met Mia Thermopolis, she's awkward, invisible, and very painfully unsure of herself. By the end, she's a princess, but not just because of her blood or what she's earned, not just because of the tiara or the title. It's because she learns how to show up for herself unapologetically. And today we're going to talk about real lessons that the Princess Diaries taught us, and anything about confidence, identity, and the messy process of growing into your power. So, if you're new or new here, please subscribe, follow, share, and hit the alert button. Grab your tea and stay tuned because we are going to have ourselves a ball and talk about one of my favorite comfort movies. So, yeah, stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So the first lesson we learned from the first movie, because we're talking about the first movie, is you don't have to look the part to be the part. So we saw Mia before the makeover, the iconic hairbrush scene and losing of the glasses, the frizzy hair reveal. But when Mia's grandmother tells her that she's the heir to Genovia, her first reaction actually isn't excitement, it's kind of disbelief, and low-key she didn't even want it to occur. But you can tell that she didn't want it to occur, and because could she, a shy girl from like San Francisco, be royalty? The moment she speaks to all of us who've ever looked at someone else's version of success and thought, I couldn't do that, that's not me. But the Princess Diaries reminds us you don't have to look the part to be the part. You just need to start believing you belong in that room. And confidence isn't built in the mirror. It is built every time you choose to show up when you'd rather shrink back to what's comfortable. I think a lot of people can use that, especially in going into interviews and going to network events. Don't shrink yourself. Basically start off with fake it till you make it. I think I'm going to try to find a Rihanna quote because she speaks on it so well. Fake it until you truly start to believe that you are that girl. This is so good. Oh my goodness. The next thing I would say is that growth is messy. It is very messy. And it's okay that it's messy. Not everything is going to be clean and cut, like this beautiful place that I'm eating at right now. Sometimes things do get messy, and that's what makes us what we are today. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, y'all. I'm like savoring the moment. But Mia didn't transform overnight. She stumbled on the way to reach her confidence toward the end of the movie. And I feel like that's what makes her journey so real, because transforming into that girl is not something that you do overnight. A lot of the times you find that movies are often showing the before and after of a transformation, but I think that's why I love the Princess Diaries, because it shows the journey that Mia goes through to get to the end. And it wasn't clean. Sometimes she self-doubted herself. Sometimes she even wanted to go back to her comfort zone, which is being the quiet girl in the back who just showed up, got straight A's, and stayed to herself. But yeah, so yeah, it's a reminder that growth does not happen overnight. It happens along the way, and there are ups and downs. So I would say pay attention to that scene in the movie. Sometimes falling on your face in public is choosing to get up again, and that's what she did. Even who you keep in company was a reminder to also keep good people in your circle who remind you that you can do what it is that you're scared to do. This feels so good. I'm literally getting over a cold. I would say lesson number 3 is family doesn't always look traditional. Mia's family dynamic isn't picture perfect, and I feel like she also represents a lot of families where the father is not active in the daughter's life, but she's also learning to forgive as well from an absent parent. Her dad was gone, her mom's unconventional, and her grandma shows up out of nowhere with a royal title. But through it all, we see love shows up in different forms. In tough love, we see the different we saw tough love, we saw playful love, and we saw imperfect love. And it teaches us that family isn't about bloodlines or castles. It's about people who see your potential before you do and push you to rise up. I would say the next lesson is authenticity versus approval. Good. Remember when Mia finally gets noticed and by her crush, Josh, like everything always looks gold on the other side when it's really just glitter. But she got noticed by her crush, and for a moment she trades authenticity for attention. Sorry, y'all. I'm eating while I'm doing this, so this is going to be a little bit different. But yeah, she traded that for attention from a boy who wasn't even good for her in the first place. And I feel like it backfired for her very hard because she ended up almost missing out on a guy who truly actually saw her before she saw herself. And I feel like that's like a universal experience. A lot of us, we crave attention, especially when you've been overlooked for years. So the first attention you get from someone always is going to be like you're going to jump on it when you really shouldn't. And I feel like that's a lesson everyone needs to hear. The Princess Diaries reminds us that approval built on pretending will always collapse, and Mia's real power comes when she stops chasing others' perception of her and starts living by her own values. That's when she becomes not just a princess but a person of substance. And I feel like even as a princess you should want to be that, but like as a person as well, you should be a person of substance, not someone pretending based off of what the few in society who are considered popular want you to be. I would not recommend that for anyone. And then I would say lesson number 5 is grace looks better than glamour. By the end, Mia, like, she doesn't win because she's the most polished or put together or perfect. She wins because she leads with kindness and humility, and she learns that real royalty isn't about crowns necessarily. Thank you. I'm ready to pay. Yeah. But it's treating people with compassion even when no one is watching. And you don't have to be royal to be radiant. You just have to show up with grace. So I would say The Princess Diary isn't a makeover movie, it's a mirror. It reflects how scary and beautiful it is to become who you are. And the next time that you doubt yourself, remember Mia. You're allowed to. Let me get my card. You're allowed to stumble. You're allowed to get scared. You're allowed to evolve. And maybe you've been a princess the whole time. It just took the right crowd to remind you. If you love this breakdown of Princess Diaries, definitely follow. Sorry it wasn't as organized and put together as my other videos, but trust me, we'll get better. But again, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye.